Mention Amityville, and one silhouette comes to mind. A dark house shaped like a barn, with glowing windows staring back at you. It is one of the most famous ghost stories in American history. However, the bedrock of this legend is physical and documented, a human nightmare that left a verifiable trail of evidence. The setting is a quiet home at 112 Ocean Avenue, Long Island. In November 1974, it belonged to the DeFeo family. On November 13th, 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr. took a rifle and shot his parents and 4 younger siblings as they slept. That horrific crime scene serves as the foundation for a massive fictional empire that would eventually overshadow the murders themselves. Following the murders, DeFeo's explanations shifted wildly. He blamed a mob hitman. He claimed self-defense. He even tried an insanity defense, saying voices told him to kill. A jury rejected all of it and convicted him on 6 counts of second-degree murder. With the legal case closed, the house sat empty for over a year. Its market value dropped significantly as buyers avoided the grim property. The central mystery isn't what happened that night, but how a documented crime scene mutated into a global supernatural brand. The shift begins in December 1975, when George and Kathy Lutz purchased the property for roughly $80,000, a massive discount for the neighborhood. Almost immediately after moving in, the Lutzes reported an escalation of anomalies. They described extreme drops in room temperatures, a demonic pig-like entity with glowing red eyes, and George waking up nightly at 3:15 a.m., the estimated time of the DeFeo murders. In one of their most famous claims, they reported foul odors and a strange glowing green slime oozing straight out of the architecture. Finally, on January 14, 1976, the family fled. They packed up in a panic and left the house for good, abandoning their furniture and possessions. They lived in the home for exactly 28 days. This brief window of family testimony remains the sole load-bearing pillar supporting the entire Amityville myth. The story gained national attention when Ed and Lorraine Warren authenticated the haunting on television. These prominent paranormal investigators conducted a seance and granted the Lutz's claims a sheen of professional legitimacy. Then came Jay Anson. He took the family's audio recordings and turned them into a massive 1977 bestseller, driven by 3 powerful words printed on the cover: a true story. 2 years later, a blockbuster film adaptation starring James Brolin and Margot Kidder permanently codified the visual aesthetics of the house in the public consciousness. The box office returns triggered a relentless machine of sequels, prequels, and spin-offs. The reality of a destroyed family was entirely eclipsed by Hollywood spectacle. This timeline charts the sheer volume of Amityville media over 50 years. What starts as a single book in 1977 expands into dozens of branching films, most of them legally exploiting the name for brand recognition while remaining disconnected from the actual events. Through decades of retelling, the media transformed a single address into a self-sustaining intellectual property, ensuring the myth lived longer than the family that created it. As the franchise grew, serious researchers began examining the structural integrity of those 28 days. The first major blow came from Ronald DeFeo's own defense attorney, William Weber. Weber stated publicly and under oath that he had met with the Lutzes after the murders and that they had shaped the haunting narrative together over many bottles of wine. The goal was to secure a lucrative book deal that they could all profit from. Skeptics followed the paper trail and found glaring contradictions. For instance, the book details violent supernatural attacks that tore doors off their hinges. Yet, local police logs show zero record of officers called to the house during their stay. This chart compares the family's testimony to official weather data. Left, the claim of demonic hoofprints in the snow. Right, the official weather log. Zooming in, the log shows 0 inches of snow, with temperatures comfortably above freezing. When the financial incentives to tell a compelling story are this high, verifiable physical evidence is often the first casualty. After the Lutzes left, a succession of owners bought the property. Several families have lived in the house for over a decade. None of them have reported a single paranormal event. The true burden on the house has been the endless stream of tourists and trespassers. The problem became so severe that subsequent owners legally changed the address from 112 to 108, and replace the iconic quarter-circle windows with conventional squares, just to make their home unrecognizable. Yet, despite independent debunkings, conflicting family testimonies, and a complete absence of physical proof, the public debate persists, and the horror brand remains highly profitable. The Amityville legacy demonstrates how easily fiction overwrites fact. When a real tragedy is paired with morbid curiosity and aggressive marketing, the resulting myth becomes more permanent than the truth itself.